The young men and maidens of Athens have been rounded up by evil King Minos and thrown in the labyrinth under his palace on Crete. You have made your way through the twists and turns, but now at each exit stands a tall bronze door with an intricate and ancient lock. In the dark passages behind you, you hear the pounding hooves and dragging axe of the Minotaur approaching. Can you solve the door's puzzle lock before the others and escape to see the sun again? In Deadlocked, 2 to 4 players must solve a puzzle on their own player board. The solution is kept secret, known only by another player. There are 4 phases in every round: the collection phase, the puzzle phase, the solution phase, and the cleanup phase. In the collection phase, the Athenians will make their way through the winding halls of the labyrinth to collect clue tiles needed to place in their puzzle to solve the lock combination and escape from King Minos' palace. Each player will get to move their Athenian meeple twice and select 2 clue tiles from the labyrinth. But be careful. If you end your turn next to a Minotaur tile, you'll get attacked and advance up the Minotaur track. In the puzzle phase, once the Athenians have collected their 2 clues from the labyrinth, they attempt to put them in the right position to solve their puzzle and unlock the bronze door. All players play this phase simultaneously, independent of each other. Players may place and test up to 2 clues or Minotaurs from the supply or from the board. Tiles are double-sided, and whenever a tile is placed in the game, it may be flipped and used as the other side. Players may place tiles from the supply. They may place them from tiles already on the board. They may replace tiles on the board with tiles from the supply, or they may replace tiles on the board with other tiles from the board. In the solution phase, players will consult the solutions they hold for the partners and give information about the clues they've placed on their board. We're showing the solution here, but remember, this is secret from the other player. When giving information about tiles, you're looking at your partner's board from your perspective, but the tiles are in their orientation. You may tell the other player that their tile is completely correct or completely wrong, or perhaps it is the right number but the wrong color, or the right color but the wrong number. They will turn the tile on their board to reflect the information. If at any time during the solution phase, a player has completed the requirements of one of the random blessing cards by correctly identifying the required tiles within the solution, they may claim the blessing card. During the cleanup phase, if any players have 3 or more tiles off board in their supply, they must discard 3 of them and take a hit from the Minotaur and advance their token up the Minotaur track. Then, refill any empty spaces on the labyrinth board from the bag of tiles, starting at the upper left corner of the board. If after refilling there are 3 or more Minotaur tiles on the board, remove and discard them, and all players take a hit from the Minotaur and advance all players 1 space up the Minotaur track. The game ends under one of 3 conditions. Number 1, if one player completely solves their puzzle, they are the winner. If 2 players solve at the same time, go right to scoring. Number 2, if 1 or more players advance to the top of the Minotaur track, they lose. All other players score their unfinished puzzles. Number 3, if there are not enough tiles to completely fill the grid, all players get 1 more turn and then score their unfinished puzzles. In scoring, players collect 1 point for each adjacently connected clue in their largest group, any points from blessings they might have scored, and they subtract any points from their position on the Minotaur track. The player who completely solved their puzzle, or has the highest score, has bested the Minotaur, solved King Minos' devious locked door, and escaped to return to Athens victorious.